Oh yeah! What's up, everybody? It is I, your gorgeous-looking travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Monday evening getting close to Monday night! And it's Monday night. You know what that means. We got Monday night. Oh, I'm sorry. Monday Night Raw coming up at 8 p.m., not 7 this week, 8 p.m., as we got the go-home show this week for Raw. We got SmackDown taped SmackDown this week on Friday night, not Friday night, Friday morning, because they'll be in Australia. Actually, I think it is. Yeah, should be in Australia this week. Yeah, it is in Australia. So it'll be in Australia on Friday, so not taping, but they'll be taping Raw, and we'll see that at 8 o'clock in the morning if you have a VPN. If you don't, you get to watch it on USA Network at 8 p.m. on its normal scheduled time. We got that, but next week's Raw, 8 a.m. as well. If you have a VPN, you get to watch it at 8 a.m. If not, you get to watch it. We'll still watch it on not Peacock, Netflix as well at 8 a.m. if you want to watch it on Netflix. But whatever you want to do. And also, tomorrow after Showdown, they're taping the following week's NXT. So October 14th, NXT will be taped. So lots of tapings this week for WWE, because they're going to be in Australia, then coming back from Australia. It's going to be a mess. And we all know that AEW will be on tomorrow night, going head-to-head with NXT TNA Showdown, and it's going to get obliterated. But we don't know that. So, don't know what's happening next week with AEW. It's going to be back on its normal scheduled Wednesday night at 8 p.m. But we'll see what happens with that. The only thing normal this week is, besides Raw, is TNA and Ring of Honor. And I think Collision, that's it. But we'll see what happens with that as we start the first official week of October. It is now October the 6th, 2025. Thank you for watching on this Monday evening. Like I said, getting close to Monday night on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. I'm Peter Joseph, your gorgeous-looking, sexy bitch of a host. You know it, you love it, your girlfriends want more. Oh yeah, man. Well, we get that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, as always. And I forgot to shut off my, put my phone on silent, so I don't get my gracious fans loving me. But I digress on that. But in any case, subscribe to the channels all down below, and if you haven't done it yet, and if you're here for the first time, well, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, big, tall glass of whatever you got. We all drink Pepsi here, the drink of champions, as always. But sit back, relax, grab yourself a cold one, and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. You don't? Get out of here. That's that. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Same rules apply there like it does here. You don't like it? Get out of here, because you will get blocked. That's that. Leave a comment on the video, and that's that. But you will get blocked if you leave stupid comments and act like a schmuck. We got that. Don't forget to hit that bell, too, because if you don't, I'm going to make you hit it. And, that's all I got to say about that. Alright, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday to you all. Hope you had a great day, and if not, well, too bad. I had a pretty decent day. I've been up since 3:30 this morning, which is insane, but yeah, I had a really rough night, and, blame the missus. That's all I gotta say about that. She blew my back out. But that's another story for another time. So, we had that, and I had to work too, so. But, had a pretty decent day. Had a, half day of work, then did my shit, and then rested. Now, getting ready for Monday Night Raw at, the usual time of 8 p.m., which is better for me. Instead of coming home, going out when when I have to go out, do my errands, and then come back. I gotta come back really quick, watch Raw, ah! Get all the videos I didn't do up before Raw. But it is what it is. I'm busy. I'm a busy motherfucker. So it is what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. On this Monday night, before we get to Monday Night Raw, let's talk about NXT, shall we? And it is time for your late, really fucking out of date NXT review for last week's show, September the 30th, 2025, the go-home show before tomorrow night's NXT TNA Showdown. Not Invasion, because some people didn't want us to have Invasion. Fucking Israel, fucking yeah. Piece of shit. Can't say Invasion because it's politically correct. Whatever it is. Can't use that, so now we have to have Showdown. Garbage. Oh, we said Invasion last week. Oh, we can't say that again? Come on now. But anyway, the calm before the storm, as they say. And I think it was a pretty good show. And let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time that we already wasted. Alright, once again, we are from home base, the Capitol Wrestling Center in the parking lot. Well, not in the parking lot per se, but at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. Alright, as always on Tuesday nights, our commentary team of the man with a creepy jacket, he's getting ready for Halloween, because he loves that candy, he loves the kids. That's Vic Joseph and the man who smokes more fucking weed than you do combined. That's the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion and two-time Hall of Famer. Man who doesn't really do good on LFG. And that's, oh yeah, man, the Kool-Aid Man himself. Oh yeah, Booker T, sucker. Oh yeah. Yeah, didn't have any good luck on LFG this season because Michelle McCool is the new LFG champion, even though her husband had 2 people go on to get NXT contracts. That's Danny Selesky and Shiloh Hill. Just saying. Just saying. So congrats to Danny, who, thank you for, hitting me up on Twitter. A lot. And big ups to Shiloh, actually, retweeted me. And you say I don't get wrestlers retweeting me. Or commenting, too. I don't have to prove it, either. I'm just gifted. EO retweets me. Kyrie religiously retweets me. And comments every once in a while. Kyrie! I wonder what's going to happen tonight with EO, Kyrie, and Asuka. And Mommy Rhea Ripley, too. 5 hot pieces of ash. Actually, 4 hot pieces of ash, if you think about it. Including me, I guess. We'll count 5. So we'll see what happens with that. We got Roxanne Perez and the lassie bitch from Ireland. Light up for Kitty going at it. Wonder what's going to happen with the 2 faces of Bailey. Give me a hug. No, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Can I hug you or not? Make up your mind, bitch. See, I got more faces than Foley. Right, Mick? Oh, they're very tasty. Shut up. Oh, by the way, Mick, well, it's over there. I'm not going to get it. I have some Doritos. It's over there. I don't want to go get it. They're very tasty. I know. I bought the party pack. Oh, they're very nice. Very nice, Mr. Joseph. You get the party pack. I got the little pack. Well, Mikey couldn't get the party pack this time? Yeah, fucker. Not you, Mike. The other Mike. I know. I just want to say hi. Okay, Mike. Say hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. Mike, awesome. Okay, say bye now. Bye. That guy. Anyway. Yeah, I have the Doritos tonight for Monday Night Raw. And Mick's not even on the show, so I could care less. But they are very tasty. Go buy yourself a bag. Why not? And buy yourself a nice big bottle of Pepsi. Yes, product placement. Ooh. Hello. How are you? Alright, so we got that. Alright, let's get into NXT. I've talked too much. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, we start off with the opening recap of last week's Invasion. And I have full disclosure to say Invasion. Because I'm reading off the copy. My copy. Not your copy. My copy. And I'm saying it right now. Everything I'm saying right now is happening right now. What happened then? You missed it. Ah, fuck. When will it be now? Soon it will be now. Okay, moving on. Alright, so we got a recap of the Invasion last week, which sets up this week's card, and the TNA NXT, well, used to be called Invasion, now it's Showdown. We got that. But before that, well, after that, we got a long No Mercy recap, like we needed to see that again. Alright, we started the show up with the new NXT World Heavyweight Champion, the man who dethroned the man from Wakanda, the Ruler, Oba, soon to go to the main roster, Femi, who? Alright, so we got Absolute Ricky Starks. Comes out, talks about how he wanted to bring reality around here. The reality is, I'm your new champion. Did I do it? Did we do it? You think he did, yeah. He says, I bet everything on myself, and the title is the proof that it works. And then, JC Jane, the still NXT Women's Champion, thanks to Lainey Reed, who screwed, not in a good way, Lola Vices, eh? So she comes out, brags about having the gold, now it's time to deal with TNA. Okay. And then Ava Range, who wasn't at the Invasion last week, but she was there last week, well, the week before that, you know what I mean, says, you know what, JC, you're actually making sense, for once. Which is why the two of them are the captains for the Survivor Series matches that are going to be happening tomorrow night. Alright, then, so, Tinuwalala, the director of Authority of TNA, you son of a gun! He comes out and says, you can't trust a man named Tricky. It's Tricky, Dragon, Run, is back on time, is Tricky! Tricky! Okay, I messed that whole thing up, but I don't give a shit. You know, I'm more metal than, Run DMC, but whatever. And no, I don't dance like that white boy in what was that movie? Euro Trip? Not Euro Trip. Road Trip. I'm gonna say Euro Trip. That guy got a lot of ass in that movie. Holy shit. Not the guy that goes to visit his girlfriend in Ithaca. Or Utica, whatever it is. I think it was Ithaca. Goes to Texas and all that shit. Like, why? Why would you go all the way over there? Because you banged some chick at a frat party. And taped it. Oops, I sent the wrong tape! Who cares? It wasn't me, it was AI! Anyway, moving on with that. But yeah, that freaking guy that did the tricky dance, man, he bang a... Well, never mind. You watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he says, Tricky can't be trusted, so he names Mike Santana as the captain, but at the same time, Kaylani joining the new TNA Knockouts champion will be the women's captain for TNA. And we're gonna have a summit at the end of the show. But JC has no idea how Kaylani makes sense as captain. That's a point. And then Ricky says, well, I'll see Mike Santana in the parking lot. No, he'll see him later. In the ring. Well, we get that. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then it's time for your boy is bouncy. Javon Aaron's runs into the TNA X Division champion Leon Slater, who he's going to be facing at Bound for Glory this Sunday. Yeah, we got pay-per-views this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We got 2. We got one at 8 o'clock, and then we got Bound for Glory at 8 p.m. on Sunday. So, set your set your, whatever, set your alarm clocks, whatever. Anyway, so Leon and Javon, hey, that rhymes. They're going to meet at Bound for Glory for the X Division title. It's going to be a banger. That too. But they're cool with each other, ready for their title match on Sunday. Then the Cuckling, of all people, the Cuckling come in. And that's Sean Spears, the Perfect 10, and Nico, and Izzy Dame. And still with them, Tatum Paxley, they all come in. They don't approve of any of this segment. And a match between Javon and Leon Slater taking on Nico and Sean Spears comes about. Where's Teddy Long when they need him? Anyway, and then they leave, and then Light Up That Kitty, and a Lassie bitch from Ireland comes in and gets reacquainted, and a little reuniting of Lyra and Tatum, or whatever they call them, Lightum, I don't know what they call them. Has a new doll for Tatum, and it looks like Lyra basically, and then Tatum's like, doll, yay! No, sir, I didn't see you play with your dolls again. Good! Not next time! Oh, good old Spaceballs reference. Moving on. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the ladies. Well, let's go to some ladies action. We got Miss Parker! Get up, Parker! Take it on Last Legend. Get ready. Get shit done. Both of them looking amazingly hot. Right, Jay? Jay Uso and Trick Witty. Oh, smacking those cheeks, lucky bastards. Should have been me. But I digress. Back and forth match. We go to break. Lash grabs a half crab, gets broken up with a grab of the ropes, a rope break. And then Miss Parker scores with a quick blockbuster. But Lash grabs the panties, or thong, to cut her off. Face like, yeah! Panties! Fucking perverts. Then the sexy hip attack connects in the corner. Not the teak, but the sexy hip attack connects in the corner, only for Lash to pop right back up with a pump kick, right in the mush. And then she hits a backbreaker face plant, goes for the backbreaker face plant, gets broken up, and then Jada Parker hits the hypnotique, even though it looked like a running shoulder block. So a little bit of a botchy, maybe, I guess you can call it a botchy, but whatever. And Jada gets the win over Lash in 9 minutes. Match was meh. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. And we move on. Alright, after that, we go to Trick Witty Shimon. The TNA champ talks to the NXT roster in the locker room and says, I should be co-captain with Ricky Starks. Well, that's not quite kosher with Ricky, who says, there are 2 spots left on my team. One of them goes to Javon, who's right next to him. And the other one is going to Miles, don't call him Ozzy freaking Osbourne. By the way, please go watch Sharon and Ozzy Coming Home tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Paramount Plus. You're going to cry a lot. Trust me on that. I have it taped already, so. Oh, I gotta watch NXT. I might not watch NXT tomorrow. I'm gonna be watching Ozzy and Sharon and crying up a storm like a little bitch that I am. But in good tears, of course. And by the way, his book came out today. Ozzy's Last Rites book came out today. Buy it now or pre-order it on Amazon. I already did it. So. But I'm getting a special edition. Haha! You're not. Thing is, it's not coming to my birthday, so. Because there's a special edition. How special? You wish you knew. That's all I'm saying. But it's coming late. Even though it came out pretty much today. This week is coming out, so. By the way, Sharon's birthday's coming up this week, I believe. Or I think it's her birthday's coming up. I think the 9th. I gotta check that, but. Happy birthday to my mom. I mean, my second mom, Sharon Osbourne, of course. You know, my dad, Ozzy's December, so the greatest month in the world, we all know that. But we got that. So, but please watch Sharon and Ozzy Coming Home tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Paramount Plus. You don't have it? fuck you. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm gonna review it, maybe not. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, back to the match we go. Back to the segment, not the match. So, Miles Ozzy Osbourne and your boy is Bouncy gonna be on Team Ricky with Trick Willie. So it's Ricky Starks, Trick Willie, Bouncy Javon Aaron's, and Miles Bourne to round out Team NXT. So Trick, who seems to have some authority here, picks Josh Briggs as the last guy, which makes Bouncy kind of like, I don't want to team with him. I don't want to be on the same team with this guy. And then Jasper Troy got up, and then he sat back down. Okay, like, oh, I'm gonna be no, you sit down. Anyway, so Ricky says, I'll deal with Bouncy, and then we get Josh Briggs versus Miles, don't call him Ozzy Osbourne, for the final spot on the team, and we get one with the ladies as well. Yeah. Didn't make that clear in the ring that we should have, but whatever. We do get the teams at the end with the stupid fucking summit. Whatever. And that's that. Kind of a wonky segment. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. We move on. Alright, then it's time for the Canadian National Champion, even though he's semi-Canadian, and that's Ethan Page. He comes out, brags about his title defense on Saturday against Tavion Heights. As he says, he turned away an Olympic-level threat. Now it's time to go south of the border. Or actually, he beat Tavion. Now he's going south of the border to deal with El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. for the Triple A Latin American title. So he calls him out, but instead he gets TNA's Mustafa Ali, part of Order 4, who gets a big welcome back chant, because we haven't seen him in NXT in God knows how long. And anyway, he gets right to the point and says, 2 years ago, I earned a North American title shot, but I was released before I got the shot. And then Adam Page's like, oh, why didn't you cry to somebody else? You didn't cry to me. Nah, go cry. So then Ali's like, well, I'm going to go to the back and politic for it. Because he's a politician, per se. He says, I talked to Ava and and the title is on the line next week at Showdown. So Ethan's not happy about it, but says, just bring it. And then they brawl, and then Ethan Page is pretty much sent out of the ring and back to Canada. So we got Mustafa Ali against Ethan Page for the Canadian National Championship. Is Mustafa Ali going to win? No. He got screwed out of Money in the Bank. He got screwed out of the world title in the Elimination Chamber. Remember that when he got hurt and that went to Kofi? That was supposed to be Mustafa Ali possibly winning the WWE title before Kofi Mania hit at WrestleMania 35. Sucks to be you. Then he got released before he got a North American title shot. Now he's like, oh, we're sorry. We're going to send you to TNA. After he went through the indie circuit a little bit. Now he's in TNA. He's like, now we're going to give you your title shot that we promised you 2 years ago, but you're still going to lose, because you suck. Alright, go ahead. Okay. Yeah, I get title shot, but I don't win the title. Great. What am I doing here? Yeah, we get that. Moving on with that. Alright, then, Fatal Influence, well, what's left of it, JC Jane and former woman, Fallon Doko to the Dawn Henley. They're in the back to pick the Women's Survivor Series team. First up, the resident Surfer Girl, the NXT Women's North American Champion and Speed Champion, the resident Surfer Girl Soul Buka, who will snatch your soul. She agrees. And then Lorna Vice wants to be on the team, but Fallon Henry's like, no, I'm getting the spot. My spot, dog spot, their spot, but my spot. Anyway, Lainey Reed, who kind of cost Lola the NXT Women's Championship, she comes in and says, don't trust Fallon. And then we get a big old argument with that. JC calms things down and says, He says, alright, Fallon, you and Lola are gonna fight later on for the final spot on the team, and then Delta asks to talk to Sol Ruka in private. How private? Don't answer that. So we got that. So we got Josh Briggs and Miles Ozzy Osbourne for the final spot on the men's team. Lola Vice and Fallon Henley the final spot on the women's team. So we get that. Alright, before we get to Miles and Josh Briggs for the final spot on the men's team, we got a video on the Hardy Boys. Broken Matt Hardy, yes! Wonderful! Did it! And Jeff Hardy, dude! He's a born-again Christian. He'll go over the edge, if you will. Nice little segment there. Nice. By the way, speaking of them and the Dudleys are going to be at Invasion tomorrow, sitting front row for the winner takes all tag team title match between the Hardys and Dark State. So there might be 4 belts on the line at Bound for Glory between the Hardys and the Dudleys. I think the Hardys will win the NXT tag team titles, and then we'll see what happens this Sunday between them and the Dudleys and a ladder match. No, tables match, right? I think it's a tables match. Although it's a ladder match, I think it's a tables match. But whatever. It's gonna be pretty damn exciting. But I think the Hardys will retain. But we'll see. Never know. And that's it. Moving along. And then basically the Hardys say, we're going to delete Dark State. Probably will. We get that. Alright, Miles, Ozzy Osbourne taking on Josh Briggs for the final spot on the men's team. Pretty good match. Miles using his speed, Josh using his power and size. 10-minute match. Getting to the end. And after a break, Briggs fights out of a 1905 chinlock. Goes up top. And gets caught and hits a pair of backbreakers for a near fall. Miles gets in a belly-to-back suplex, walks into a big boot right in the mush, and then Briggs gets his chain, and he's about to load up with the chain, but then Matt fucking Cardona, what? Woo, where you come from? You blew it, by the way, too. He comes out and cuts up the big swing, and that distraction lets Miles hit Born Again, or the zigzag, a la Mr. Nick Nemeth, the guy who parked Issa's car perfectly. Right, Ryan? Ryan follows me on Instagram. Yeah, God, I love it.
Oh, it doesn't make you special because you know people.
Do they follow you on Instagram and social media? No. They follow me because I'm real. You're fake. So, kiss my ass and sit and rotate. Like your girlfriend and your mom do on a daily basis. So, fuck you! Brit Fox. That's all I gotta say about that. We move on. Alright, so Miles is on Team Ricky and Team NXT. We got that. Alright, somebody who's not on Team TNA, and that's Jordan Grace, Big Mama Pump. She congratulates Kalani Jordan, wants to be on Team TNA, but makes a mistake of mentioning, we have to say his name, and he appears. I believe in below average Joe Hendry. Alright, so Joe Hendry comes out, and then Mike Santana comes in, wants to talk to Kalani, and says, I got some people you want to, I want you to meet. Who? Everybody. I had a Back to the Future reference there, but George, there's somebody I want you to meet. Lorraine, I'm George McFly. I'm your density. I mean, your destiny. Oh. Hey, McFly! What are you doing here? I told you to get out of here. How much lunch money you got, McFly? McFly. Always in Back to the Future 2. McFly!
Oh, Mr. Konichiwa-san! Ah, we so sorry!
Read my fox! No, fired! Sure you were. Right, McFly. Next time, don't listen to Flea. Flea, 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 Flea. I watch too much TV. Alright, so Mike Santana and Kelani Jordan go to meet the roster of TNA, leaving Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry to want in on next week. Well, Jordan Grace will be the special referee for the Women's Survivor Series match, and Joe Hendry, I believe, is going to be the special guest referee for the men. Blech! Why? Why do we need them as special refs? It's boring. You know it's gonna end in chaos. Fuck. I just hope Team TNA whips NXT's ass next week. Tomorrow night. Not say next week. Tomorrow night. That's all I gotta say about that. Moving on. Alright, then we get the Fallon Henley taking on Lola Vice as a almost 4-minute match. And Lola Vice gets the win after that wicked spinning back fist, sending Fallon Henley back to Kansas for a loop. So Lola Vice gets the win. It's going to be JC Jane, Lola Vice, Mara Sade, or Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Who else is on that team? Shit. I gotta... Well, we'll get to that. Alright, so Lola Vice joins JC and Kaylani. And basically... And yeah, that's the team. So it's JC Jane, Kaylani Jordan, Lola Vice, and Mara Sade. Not Sade. Sade. Smooth operator. Okay. So that's Team TNA. That's a weak team for TNA. I'm sorry. Should have Rosemary. That was a motorcycle. That you heard. Motorcycle. Okay, Dave. Thank you.
Hello, me! Meet the real me, and my mistress way of life. Well, I'm just gonna keep on talking to myself. Peace sells, and who's buying? Peace sells, who's buying?
Okay. Dave, calm down, will you? By the way, Megadeth's final album, The Tipping Point, coming out soon. And they say final album, by the way. Final album. Because you know there's no final albums in metal. Unless you really want to think Ozzy, but... Ozzy's... I bet you nothing we're going to get a compilation Ozzy album coming out somehow. He's got, like basement recordings that have never been mixed or some shit. He's got a lot of shit. Kiss got the same fucking thing. But the good thing is, I heard for the one-off reunion in Vegas that Bruce Kulick and Ace Frehley are going to be there, even though Ace is kind of sick right now. I hope he gets better. Because he's taking off the rest of 2025. His tour dates have been canceled because of, he's a little bit sick. So, Ace, I hope you get better, brother. And, to Bruce Kulick, you're the man. That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, Kiss ain't retiring. Nobody retires. Nobody ever retires in metal. I'm sorry. Even if somebody dies, you still hear their music. And they still got compilation albums coming out. Remember when Big E died? How many albums we got after he died? It was crazy. Born Again, and then we got that Benefit album, I think it was. Good stuff. We don't get any more of that, but, you know. But you get, like the remastered Big E and shit like that. Oh yeah, P. Diddy got sentenced to 2.5 years in jail. Well, actually, 4 years in jail. But he can get out in 2.5 for good behavior. Right. He ain't gonna behave there. He's gonna get fucked in the ass and nobody will give 2 fucks. Sucks to be you, P. Diddy. Make sure you have that baby oil ready. Ha ha ha! Yeah. Alright, got that. Alright, so Lola Vice on Team NXT. And we move on with that. Alright, Dark State does a promo ready for the Hardys, ready to lose to the Hardys. Alright, then JC Jane in the back says, it was my fault that I put you and Lola Vice in a match. And, you weren't ready there, Fallon. And then Lainey Reed comes in and says, I was the one who attacked Lola and Jasmine Nix. No! Really? Like we didn't know that already! Anyway, and she says Jasmine never belonged in Fatal Influence. And the team's like, it was you! I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you bumbling kids and that stupid dog! Woo-woo! Would you like a Scooby snack? Scooby snack! Woo-woo! When you say that, it's R-U-T-R-R-H. Woo-woo! Scooby? There's Scooby-Doo-Doo! I'm gonna get you! Let's do the Scooby-Doo ending. Get you! The weirdness of my show. Alright, so we got that. So, I guess Lainey Reed is now part of Fatal Influence, like I mentioned months ago. Put some respect on my name, god damn it! And I tell you things are gonna happen. Most of the time, 90% of the time it happens. So put some respect on my name, god damn it. Get that. Alright, then we get to Bouncy and Leon Slater taking on Nico and Sean Spears, Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley at ringside. And Izzy starts yelling at Tatum for playing with her dolls. Oy, oy, oy. Anyway, match wasn't anything to write home about. Nico manages an Alabama slam out of the corner on Javon for a near fall. Then Leon Slater comes back in. A big running flippy dippity-doo over the ring post, which almost took out the cameraman. Good lord. That drops both the members of the coupling, but Sean Spears knees Leon Slater out of the mid-air. But Leon gets right back up with a double lethal injection. I wonder where we learned that from. Jay Lethal, of course. And a Swanton 450, which is amazing. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. Hits that on Sean Spears, gets the win in under 11 minutes. So Bouncy and Leon Slater get the win, and we'll see what happens with them. If they can coexist on the same team. Actually, well, both not coexist. Take that back. They did coexist last week, but now they're on opposite sides tomorrow night, and it's gonna be a banger for the X Division title at Bound for Glory. I can't wait. That's going to be a match of the night, I think, next to the Hardys and Dudley's Tables match. And we get that. And maybe Trick Willie and Mike Santana for the world title. I mean, Bound for Glory looks great. It's going to be pay-per-view of the weekend? Maybe. Well, we got Rowan on Saturday taking on, well, we'll find out tonight. I'm not going to tell you. But Roman will open the show in 35 minutes, so get ready. And put up your ones. And acknowledge him. And acknowledge the prophecy. The greatest faction in all of space and time. Moving on. Alright. Then it's time for... Well, we see Team TNA coming in a Cybertruck. I think Moose was behind the wheel. They're confronted in the parking lot by Team NXT. And like, uh-oh. That damn parking lot. So we go to break. Come back with the big summit. Trick Willie declares himself co-captain. Ricky Saints shuts that down pretty damn quick. Names the teams. So it's going to be himself, Trick Willie, Bouncy Javon Evans, and Miles, so call him Ozzy Osbourne, who somehow got back in his suit to end the night. That was pretty damn quick there, Miles. Something we don't know. Let's ask Stephanie Vercur about how fast he is in the bedroom. Moving on. Alright, Mike Santana is there. Says TNA has a locker room full of men and women ready to turn this place upside down. So his team is himself, the Intercontinental Champion Frankie Kazarian, former TNA World Champion and multiple other champions, Moose, and Leon Slater. So no Joe Hendry, because he's going to be the referee. Which sucks. Because, you know, he can't be impartial, like right down the middle of that, like Bill Alfonso would say. So anyway, JC Jane doesn't buy Kaylani being loyal to NXT. Picks herself, Sol Ms. Parker and Lola Paisese. Kaylani counters that with, like I said, herself, the inspiration, or the Iconics! The new Knockouts Tag Team Champions, I might add. Beating the Elegance brand. Well, you know that was going to happen since Dana Brooke, Ash Byron just vacated the title due to, we don't know what, still. But is pretty much being held hush-hush because of a private issue. But we don't know she's pretty. She's pretty. If she was injured, we would know. I guess, whatever. But she's most likely pretty. We get that. Alright, so Kaylani picks herself, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, the inspiration, and Mara Sade, as we know, Jakara Jackson. So then, guess what? A humongous brawl erupts, and then the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, he comes out to watch to end the show, even though, the cameraman was like, "Girl, say something." Yeah. That's that. It wasn't a great summit. It should have been really Ava talking for the women, or maybe just JC for the women, because JC's, I think, a better talker on the mic than Kaylani. The men, it was perfect. But even though Trick really should have talked for the men, but that's just another story for another time. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so that's it. So, Showdown will be tomorrow night. It's going to be an epic show. And it's going to destroy AEW Title Tuesday because it has no build. At all. So why have it? So just take the show, put it on Wednesday nights, nobody cared. Put it after baseball, I don't even care if it's at 12 o'clock at night. But by then, the Yankees might be swept out in the playoffs. Well, we hope. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. We got game 2 of the National League Division Series between the Phillies and the Dodgers. I was thinking of playing it right now. On my phone. And the other series, the Cubs and the Brew Crew, also tonight. So, game 2 of the National League is tonight. Game 3 will probably be tomorrow or Thursday. I think Thursday. So, the Division Series should be over, I say, by this weekend. So, I think the Championship Series starts on Saturday or Sunday, I think. So, getting near the nitty-gritty, almost there. We're 18 days away from the World Series starting. It's just the 24th. So right before Halloween, we get in the World Series. This is probably going to end right after Halloween, a week after maybe. November baseball! Where's it going to be held? We don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so that is NXT, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was a great show, and I gave it 7.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you motherfuckers thought of the show in a comment, or you do your own video if you like, and that's it. Leave a comment down below. Don't leave stupid comments. I'm not going to read it. You're going to get sent to the Shadow Realm, blocked, and if you want to cry about it, go cry about it to your mama, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I got a little bit of time. I'm going to try to do TNA and Ring of Honor from this past Thursday night, get you ready for Monday Night Raw. Might go into Monday Night Raw, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Until next time. Peace, motherfuckers.